So, game one of the semis, no Embiid as he misses game one here, and Harden had to step up, and he knocks down his three-pointer here, and he had 12 early points to start us off in the first quarter as these semis between the Celtics and Sixers kick off tonight. And hey man, I thought the Celtics were gonna blow them out, and Jaylen Brown got going early here. He had 14 points in this first quarter, and the offense was flying and was doing everything they wanted in the lane, especially with no Embiid there. Brogdon here gets the layup, and they were leading most of the first half, but they couldn't gain any separation, and the defense was not as good as I thought it could be. And here's Melton knocking it down. He was huge in the second quarter for the Sixers to keep them in it with some three-pointers, and the Sixers even have a lead here in the third quarter, which is just insane. And here's Harden from the corner. He had it on automatic, and he was splashing. And the Celtics, despite me just thinking, yeah, they were gonna blow them out, yeah, they are tied heading into the fourth quarter here with Tatum knocking it down. And James Harden, big Jimbo himself, got to the strip club in Vegas in his days off, and he got his legs back under him. God damn, it's just like when LeBron goes for the German stuff. God damn, did it look good for Harden. And those 4 days off, I might have underestimated them, or 5, because it really looked like Harden finally got his legs back under him, which, I mean, I did not see those, especially in the Nets series. He still wasn't blowing by guys, but he was at least, getting anything. And then Brogdon just turns it over here as the game was, they were up 1 here with 28 seconds to go, and Maxey just gives them the lead because a weird turnover, but Tatum got to the line instantly after this and gave the Celtics the lead here as we had 26 seconds to go. And James Harden, and they leave him on an island with Al Horford, which I thought was just like, what the hell, why aren't they double teaming him? And he just knocks it down. Clutch from Big Jimbo himself. What a shot, man, actually, what a shot. And here's Smart as he just passes and crashes, and the ball goes to the 76ers as Paul Reed was fouled, and he has to knock down 2 3-pointers. He started in place of Embiid. He makes the first one. Boston has no timeout, so they need him to miss. And if he doesn't, the Sixers steal game 1 in Boston, as we all expected for sure. Especially without Embiid. We all thought the Sixers could win without Embiid, and especially game 1. So that was crazy. James Harden turned back the clock, but he was sensational. 45, 6 assists, 2 steals, 17 of 30, 7 of 14, efficient as hell. Great performance. Tyrese Maxey didn't shoot the ball as efficiently, but 10 of 24 is not bad either. And he had 26 points himself with 4 steals. Was really good himself with 0 turnovers. Paul Reed, 10 and 13, 4 clutch free throws in the fourth quarter. A really good night for him in place of Embiid. Tobias Harris with 18, 5 and 3. He also stepped up. Shout out to Anthony Melton with 17 points. He stepped up off the bench. And the defense, of course, wasn't great, but they didn't turn the ball over, which was great. And they didn't lose the rebounding battle by that much. They lost it by 10, which is kind of crazy that, it was just 28 rebounds. They still didn't get absolutely demolished. What helped is that the offensive glass was pretty much even, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was even on the offensive glass, which of course generated more second chance points, and the Sixers capitalized on those better. And the Celtics have only themselves to blame. They looked lackadaisical. They looked like they thought they were just gonna win because there's no Embiid, kinda. And it was a weird performance by them. They weren't focused. Those turnovers, they had 16 turnovers. A lot of them were really bad. And, the issues were that I think it's kind of hard to trust Tatum and Brown to just bail you out with those jump shots, man. And the dribbling and getting to the cup was great, but in the fourth quarter it just didn't look right. And I just don't know, man. The Celtics are a weird team to me. And despite Tatum and Brown shooting really, efficiently as hell, Tatum with 39, 11 and 5 on 14 of 25 shooting, I don't love his layup package. I think it always looks so awkward when he goes to the rim and goes, to do some Euro steps or whatever when he's attacking the rim. And I just didn't like his fourth quarter at all. Jaylen Brown started off so hot, had 14 in the first quarter, then took 10 shot attempts on the night, 23 points. Weird night from him. And Malcolm Brogdon, they let him unload the clip. And to be fair, he was really good. But the mistake in the fourth quarter really does overshadow it, however you want to call it. It just undermines what he did in this entire game. And Derek White couldn't shoot. That was really rough. Al Horford had a bad night from the three-point line also, which I thought he was going to knock some down. And overall, the Celtics took just 26 three-pointers, which has not been there a memo, but understandably so with no Embiid in there. But it still kind of seems like they have the same problems they had last year in a way. And some people are, of course, going to say they miss Udoka. Maybe on the defensive end they do really. But they tricked a lot of games last year like this also. And even in the playoffs against the Heat, right? So it's just an intriguing team for sure. And I know they'll bounce back because that's what they have been doing for these last God knows how many years. But it's certainly a really bad loss. And Embiid is going to try to come back. There is optimism he's going to play in game 2, even though the injury he's returning from, I don't know how I feel about it, man. But we'll see how he looks in game 2, if he plays, if he doesn't. Maybe he probably... Honestly, I wouldn't play him. You stole game 1. Just let him rest until you go back to Philly, maybe. I don't know. What would you do if you were the Sixers and Embiid? Of course, Embiid's going to want to play, but... it's crazy game 1, man. Shout out Big Jimbo.